morning and welcome to our 20-minute email marketing workshop. Today, we're going to show you how to make your emails pop by adding eye-catching images and video elements. My name's Dixie. My co-host is Katrine, and today's workshop is part of our email marketing series. You can revisit any of these previous topics on our YouTube channel, Easy Marketing, and we invite you back in 2 weeks when we're going to talk content in our What to Write edition. All of our workshops are free, and we're here live every other Wednesday at 10 Eastern. So throughout this series, we've been talking about how first impressions matter and about how you only have maybe 2 seconds to grab the reader's attention before they decide to either read your email or trash it. Images and videos are critical to that first impression. If you've been using Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, or any of those accounts to communicate with customers, you're really doing your organization a big disservice. Objectively, I think we can agree that the email on the right, made with an email marketing service like Constant Contact, is more eye-catching and professional. And research shows that it yields a greater return on investment. The look of it, the images and videos that you add are going to be a big part of that impact. So before we show you how to add images, we need to talk about where to get them. And we'll give you a hint. It is not Google. The biggest mistake that we see our newbies make is borrowing images from the internet. And unfortunately, you can't just pull a picture from an internet search and use it in your email marketing. All images, whether published or unpublished, are protected by copyright laws the moment they're created. So picking an image from Google, for example, and using it without permission is going to open you up to copyright violations, cease and desist letters, big fines, all kinds of bad stuff you don't want. The right way is to use photos, images, and videos to which you have the rights. So a couple things you can do. Taking your own photos, obviously a safe bet. And not everything has to be photoshopped and picture perfect catalog worthy. People love to see real images and even sort of a behind the scenes of your organization. When you do need something a little slicker, you might want to hire a photographer maybe once a year. That's great for high quality product photos, headshots, and things of that nature. Just be sure that your contract with them includes all the rights to those images. Another great option is user-generated content, which is taken and shared by your customers. So you can encourage that by running a contest or creating a branded hashtag on your social media channels. And if you need something more general, it's best to get a licensed stock photo from a reputable site, which can be purchased and in some cases downloaded for free. And we've shared a few sites here that we can recommend to you. So once you have your images, you'll need to add them to your email marketing template. We're going to show you how, step by step, using Constant Contact as our example. Constant Contact is the email marketing provider that we use for ourselves and have been recommending to our customers and small business, nonprofit clients for over 20 years. So you have several different options, different ways to add images to an email. So we're going to start with the most basic. When you open Constant Contact, your welcome page is going to look something like this. And then you'll click Library at the top to access your image library. The library is where you're going to store images for use in your emails. So Katrine is going to share a few different ways to add images to your library.
So the very first one is you have an image on your computer that you simply upload to Constant Contact's server, and that's where you have access to it. The second option they have here is social networks. That means that if you choose this option, it's going to make sure that your Constant Contact account is connected to your business organization social media platform, and then you can use images from there. The third option we talked about a couple of weeks ago is stock images from Constant Contact. There are those that are both free and they are $8. And the last option is upload from your cell phone. And that one requires you to download Constant Contact's app for the cell phone. And in there, you can directly from your photos you've taken on your cell phone, upload them, and they end up in the library.
Great, thank you so much. So Constant Contact also now has a Canva integration. So if you're not familiar, Canva is an online resource that also has stock photos and allows you to make graphics for use in email marketing, social media, flyers, whatever your organization might need. There's a fairly comprehensive free version as well as a paid version with more features and a larger image library. So we are not affiliated with them in any way, but we do often recommend them for ease of use, and we love the simplicity of the integration between Constant Contact and Canva. And we've been asked to do a special workshop how to use them together, but we wanted to take a poll to see if that's something that you're interested in. So if you give me a second to launch this poll. Okay, it's open now. Just let us know you're interested in it. This is anonymous. We'll just see it in aggregate, but we want to see if that's something that we want to add to our roster of free webinars in the coming few weeks. All right. So closing in 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much for participating, and we're going to look at those results as soon as we're done here. So moving on, in addition to your image library and Canva, another way to add images to your e-newsletter is from your own website. So let's say we wanted to add this image shown here from our website. Instead of uploading it to Constant Contact, you can actually insert a link to the image. So you want to think about it this way. Anything that you plan to use over and over, like your logo, for example, is best uploaded and stored in the image library. But if it's something that you only plan to use once, like this technique of using a link is much quicker and saves you storage space. And when we say insert a link, what we mean is a URL, the Uniform Resource Locator. That's a unique identifier on the web, kind of like a phone number, also called a web address that tells it where to find that information on the web. So it could be a web page, or it also, in this case, could be a link to an image, a video, or a document. So the way that you add an image to your newsletter using a link is to open the website where the image is located in a separate browser tab. So meaning that you have both Constant Contact and your website open at the same time in 2 separate windows. Then you're going to use your mouse to right click the image that you want and select copy image address. That's going to give you the URL just to that image. In Constant Contact or your email service provider, you're going to add a blank image block and then click replace. And then you're going to choose the image URL tab and then paste in that image address that you just copied. Finally, you're going to click preview to make sure it looks good and you have the right image, and then insert. Another way, if you're comfortable with using multiple windows, you can open your File Explorer in a window that doesn't fully cover up the Constant Contact. And then you can simply drag and drop the photo into the image block. So that may not work on a Mac, may not work on all computers, but works great for us on a PC. So give it a try. It might be easier for you if you want to learn something new. So once you've mastered adding images using some of these different methods that we've shown you, it's time to try your hand at video. Because videos are designed to inform and to entertain, they're one of the most engaging types of content for email marketing. You can use them to demonstrate a product, to give a customer testimonial, to interview a guest, make an announcement, educate on a topic, or even just to share a holiday greeting. For email, we recommend that you keep your videos relatively short, typically under 3 minutes. You can add a URL or website address for the video that's hosted somewhere else, like YouTube, Vimeo, or some other video platform. So to be clear, you're not uploading the video file itself, but rather a link to the video that's hosted on YouTube or a similar platform. So first, you're going to open the page where you have the video. So in this example, we're using our YouTube channel. You'll click to start the video that you want. Then you're going to choose the share option. And from that pop-up, you'll copy the URL link. In Constant Contact, you'll click on the little plus sign. Then you'll drag and drop a video block into your email template, just like you would with an image block. And next, you're going to click on that video block, and the pop-up window that appears, that's where you'll paste in the URL link that you've just copied from YouTube or wherever. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Katrine and let her give us a little demo.
Okay, so are you changing the presenter here?
Yeah, and it should go live in just a second.
Show my screen. Is it showing the right screen now?
You are.
Okay, awesome, great. See, I just need to move us away. Okay, so here we are in Constant Contact. And I opened up one of the blank templates. So I'm going to show you what we just discussed. So this is a blank holder for an image. So when you click on it and click on replace, you have all of these options. So you can see that is just an image. So if we wanted to look at the library that we have in Constant Contact, we can add any image in here. We click on it and we insert it. And if I undo this, I can also show you, let me see where I have my images. Okay, hang on. I was not ready. We had issues. So here I have a folder that I have several different images on my computer. And I can take any of those images and I can drag and drop it into the image. And this is actually my parents-in-law's their ski cabin in Sweden. And when you are looking at the image, it's important to know that you can drag and decide the size of it. Okay, you can see that. And if you have this little padding in the lower right corner, if you remove them, all the padding, and it goes all the way out. It is also important to know that if you have a text section that you're working on, you can actually take this and add it to the side. I don't know if you can see that it's a purple one. So if the purple is on the side, it is going to be all by itself. But if instead you drag it and it becomes kind of a square, and you see that square, if I drop that, it is actually going to be what we call embed. So it's, if I had more text in here, let's pretend I have more text. You can see how this one is actually wrapping around the image. So there were different ways to do that. And if it was too quickly, take a look at the follow-up email, and we're going to take that as well. One of the things we talked about was how to quickly take an image that you're not going to use for maybe only once. All your logos and images you use all the time, you should absolutely upload those to the library. But if it's one image you're only going to use once and you have it on your website, if you have it on your website where you know you own this, you cannot take anyone else's image and start to use that. Portfolio is what I'm going to use. So in this case, if I wanted to take this website, this image, I would right click, I would click copy image address, I would go back, I would click on it. I would say replace. I would say image URL. I would right click and I say paste. And then over to the right, it says preview. And when I preview, I see its right image and I click on insert. So now I have this image and I can decide how big I want it. And this one has 2 columns, but you do have the little divider here, which you can actually drag, so you can make it larger. Do we have any questions? Oh, we had a video also. Okay, so again, we showed this before. I think we showed really clearly, but if you have a video, for example, the social media course we had in the spring, if you find that one, you can always click on share, and you can actually decide where in the image, in the video. So let's say that you have a video that is an instructional video and you have just a little piece that you want to show. You can actually drag it to that specific page, and then you click on share, and you can see that it now starts at 7 minutes and 28 seconds. And you simply click on copy of that. And now we are jumping in and we are going to add in a video block. So we click on more, and then you have the functions for videos, and we can pull it in wherever we want it. So let's say we have it in here. I click on it, I click edit, I right click and I say paste. We test the link and we see we are in the right place. And again, so one thing with all the videos, they have to be hosted somewhere else. You never, like Dixie said, never upload the video. But actually the images, if you look at emails that are coming in from some people and you see they are like 1, 2, 3, 5 megabyte big, and no one wants those big emails coming in, and especially not to your cell phone where it takes forever to load. Constant Contact, all the images you have in here, they are not kind of attached to the email. They are always hosted somewhere, usually on Constant Contact server in the library, but they can also be set if you are directing it, for example, to your website. Okay, video please, someone said, but I think I just covered that. Thank you, Christy. So I think we covered everything when it comes to that. Do we have any more questions? We are at 18 minutes right now.
Okay, we'll go to questions.
I have then one very specific about transferring videos, but when it comes to videos, if you're going to start using videos, I highly recommend that you use YouTube. You open up your own YouTube channel. So if you you don't see my screen anymore, but that's fine. But you need to set up your own YouTube channel, and then you add all your organization or your clubs or your companies' emails to that YouTube. You don't put them on your YouTube account. And if that's something that is too complicated, give us a call. We have a set price to get that up running for you. We can set it up, and then you can upload all your videos to your YouTube channel.
Absolutely. And that was such a great tutorial. Thank you, Trine. We have another question here about stock photos. So it says, you said not to use Google to find images. What are the websites you recommend? And I know we flew through this super fast. So we're going to send you in a couple of hours a copy of this presentation again, so you can have it to look over at your leisure, and also a replay of this video. We're going to put it on our YouTube, like Katrine said, send you the link so you can watch it again if you need a little help with that tutorial. So going back to the stock photo sites, Unsplash is a good one. Also Burst. I personally am really a fan of Canva, not only because they have a really large stock photo library, but also because of that integration we were talking about, where you can use the photos, you can make graphics if you want to, and you're not having to download and upload them everywhere. You can put them right into your Constant Contact emails. So
Yeah.
if that's something you're interested in, you might want to give that a try. They do have a free version.
Yeah, and something we haven't talked about is that the integration Constant Contact have with your social media. So you can actually integrate your Instagram and your Facebook and a few other platforms, and you can upload those images to your social media, and especially if you use Canva and want a little bit of branding to the images.
Absolutely. And another question about what do you do if your video is longer than 3 minutes? So good question. 3 minutes is just sort of a recommendation. If someone's opening up an email from you, email is great. It's very powerful, but people are probably not looking to watch your hour-long TED Talk on there. So if your video is longer, you might consider breaking it into smaller parts and creating a series of emails to show that. So Katrine sort of demonstrated how you can point them to a particular part at the email where she showed you how to start it at like minute 7. You can do that. And you can also just the next time that you make a video, even if it's on your cell phone, thinking about making a bunch of shorter ones rather than one really long one altogether. You can also make a sort of summary video or a short little teaser and then give a link back to your YouTube channel or wherever you're hosting that has the longer version if they want more information. So those are great questions. All right, and if you had other questions and we didn't get to them today, please email us. We'll give us your contact information. Did want to tell you about a special we have just for the people on our workshop today. If you have emails, but you're not sure if they're getting the job done, if they're fully optimized, if they look as great as they can, if they're going to be as impactful as they can, we'd love to take a look at it for you. We have a special today, and we'll give you some really personalized recommendations that you can use to make your emails better and more impactful. The Q&A section. And finally, I went too far ahead, a little to-do list, just a little homework assignment to help you follow through on some of the things we've talked about today. So these are just a few takeaways that we want you to give a try. So don't worry again about jotting these down. We're going to send you a follow-up email, but these are sort of, if you can create a test account and work on some of the things that we have talked about today, then you can put them in your regular email marketing once you get the hang of it. So Katrine and I are with Easy Marketing. We've been in business for 21 years. We're located in Northeast Florida with clients throughout the US and abroad. So we specialize in email marketing, obviously, but also website design and maintenance, social media management, and full service graphic design. We're going to do a drawing like we do after every webinar for a free consultation. So please check your inbox later today to see if you've won that. And we're going to include a copy of this slide deck and also that replay video if you'd like to share it with a colleague.
Yeah, and I think we have Jennifer on here today. She was the winner last year, and she is with a law group in Indiana. So it's good to see you coming back. And I just have to say, it's so enjoyable to get to talk to you guys when you win those 20 minutes.
Absolutely. It's one of our favorite things. So if you are interested in trying Constant Contact and you don't have an email service provider, we're happy to pass along this offer for 30% off your first 3 months. And if you open your account using the link on this slide, or we'll also provide it in the follow-up email, then Easy Marketing will be happy to help kickstart your first campaign by designing a custom email template for your organization. And that's a $250 value. So we'd love to be able to provide that for you. Thank you so much for joining us today. We loved your questions. It was a big audience. We do invite you back in 2 weeks. We're going to shift our focus from images to text and show you what to write in these emails to get maximum results. It's going to be free as always, so we hope you can join us. The registration link will be in today's follow-up email. And if you need help getting started or a consultation, just something to point you in the right direction, here's our contact information. We're just a call away. We appreciate you joining us, and we will see you again in 2 weeks.
Yes, and thank you for hanging in there. I know that the sound was up and down a little bit, but we had a great big group, and we really enjoy having these sessions for you. So see you in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye.